Measures what matter most explores a management system based on objectives and key results, or OKRs for short, by John. Objectives point us in the direction we want to go. Colonize Mars might have been a good objective for SpaceX. Good objectives are ambitious and should make us feel somewhat uncomfortable. Key results are how we get there. If our objective is to colonize Mars, our key results might be land and relaunch a reusable rocket by July 2017 and transport an astronaut to the space station by September 2018. Good key results are specific, time-bound, and measurable. To summarize John's book Key Points on OKRs, he points to 4 key values. Number 1, focus the organization on what matters. Number 2, allow us to measure progress towards our goals. Number 3, create alignments in groups. Number 4, allow us to stretch to achieve things we would not have thought possible. Example of objectives and key results. Objective: walk across Canada. Key results: number 1, walk from Vancouver to Calgary by June 1st. Walk from Calgary to Toronto by July 1st. Number 3, walk from Toronto to Halifax by August 1st. By setting goals this way, we can break them into smaller, more achievable, and more measurable pieces. Then we can focus on each of those little pieces one at a time, while keeping in mind the reason why we are doing these things. In Google, there are 2 types of OKRs: committed and aspirational. Committed OKRs are agreed upon goals that we will achieve. The expected score for these OKRs is 100%. These are generally base level job expectations which should not be compromised. Aspirational OKRs express how we would like the world to look. The expected score for these OKRs is 0.07, 70%. They should stretch the capabilities of an individual or organization to the limit and thus should sometimes result in failure. Aspirational OKRs are the focus once the committed goals are under control. Example: committed, graduate from MIT with a degree in chemical engineering. Aspirational, achieve the top marks in every class I attend at MIT. The father of OKRs, Andy Grove from Intel. Expertise was very much valued. Andy explained, that is why people got hired. That's why people got promoted. Their effectiveness at translating that knowledge into actual results was kind of shrugged off. We tend to be exactly the opposite. It almost does not matter what you know. It's what you can do with whatever you know or can acquire and actually accomplish tends to be valued here. The most important thing for OKRs is focus. Measuring what matters begins with the question, what is most important for the next 3 months? Successful organizations focus on the handful of initiatives that can make a real difference. We spend too much time at work not doing the important work. We spend too much time wondering if we are making progress. This book tells us how to do our work in the modern era. A management methodology that helps to ensure that the company focuses efforts on the same important issues throughout the organization. There is no progress without conversations, lots of conversation. There is no progress without data, lots and lots and lots of data. There is no progress without progress. In other words, doing it like you did yesterday will not work. There is no progress without communication, constant, repeated communication, communication with clarity. There is no progress without clarity and buy-in and objective. You simply must designate an OKR shepherd. Ideas are easy. Execution is everything. Good ideas without proper execution are useless. To see ideas to come to life and drive value for your organization, you need a systematic approach to prioritize and execute on the best ideas. Measure what matters by John. Is your company focused on the right things? Do you really understand what goals will move your company forward and how to measure them? Measure what matters shows you how to use the OKR management system to identify your priorities, set ambitious goals, clearly measure and track them, and motivate and align everyone on your team. This is the system that helped Larry Page and Sergey Brin turn a small startup called Google into one of the most ambitious and innovative companies in the world. Whether your business is large or small, OKRs are an invaluable tool. Learn to implement the same management system used by Google, Intel, Disney, Twitter, KRS. Organize the world information and make it universally accessible and useful. This was Google's initial mission when they started with search. For them to make a real impact, however, they had to try and fail fast, track their progress, and measure what matter. After all, ideas are easy. Execution is everything. Objectives are significant, concrete, action-oriented, and aspirational. Key results benchmark and monitor how to get to the objective. Key result benchmark and monitor how we get to the objective. Effective KRs are specific and time-bound, aggressive yet realistic. Most of all, they are measurable and verifiable. It is not a key result unless it has a number. In other words, you either meet a key results requirements or you don't. Here's a few key lessons about OKRs. Less is more. A limit of 3 to 5 OKRs per cycle leads companies, teams, and individuals to choose what matters most. Set goals from the bottom up. To promote engagement, teams and individuals should be encouraged to create half of their own OKRs in consultation with managers. Stay flexible. If an objective no longer seems practical or relevant as written, key results can be modified or even discarded. Dare to fail. While certain operational objectives must be met in full, aspirational OKRs should be uncomfortable and possibly unattainable to push organizations to new heights. Be patient, be resolute. Every process requires trial and error. An organization may need up to 4 or 5 quality cycles to fully embrace the system, and even more than that, to build mature goal muscle.